Okay. Yeah, so today we're going to go up to Jeff Ward's place. He is the founder of the Canadian Vintage Chainsaw Hoarders group. And he says he's got a recoil, or a clutch side cover and a recoil for my 250 that I've got that was hanging in the shop there. And he said he's got a couple of these mall models. I don't know that he's got the OMG, maybe he does. But either way, this thing's really not going to do too much good in my possession because I don't know that I'll ever get around to it. And I'm sure parts are scarce for it, so he's already got a head start on me by having a few more. So we're going to just give him that one since he's going to help us out with the parts. And I figured we'll give him this XL12 that I've picked up in a lot. Because it's really no skin off my back, and it needs spark, and I'm sure he's got a brand new coil for it anyway. And I figured, it's not in bad shape, so maybe he can use the pieces or put some pieces on it and use it towards one of their giveaway saws that they do every month. Either way, it's going to be his saw now, so it's up to him what he does with it. It's got a neat blue handlebar on it, which I don't know if that's how they came, or if someone put that on there. Maybe the original bar got wrecked. I don't know a lot about these XL12s. They're kind of comparable to the 1010s from what I understand. They're mid 50cc saw, and they had a long run, I believe, from the early 70s, maybe even earlier than that, all the way up to the late 80s. But anyways, we're gonna give that to Jeff. So on the road we go. We'll catch you when we get there. How's it going, folks? Check out all this friggin' yellow. We are at the Canadian Vintage Chainsaw Hoarders headquarters at the Wards. This is their top secret layer of McCulloch. And that there, I am told, is one hot saw. Jeff, you want to tell us about that 850?
Just listen to it run and you'll know.
He says this will all cut everything in here, and it was winding out at 1200 RPM. You said she runs at 1200 RPM? See, now, I've never run an 850, and, that just kind of blows my mind, so that's on the to-do list now. He's telling me he's got an Australian unit here, and it was all curvatured and cool looking. How many cc is that? It's like a 1010, right? 1010. So it's a 55cc unit, eh? That is one slick-looking machine. So all I got to do is put 1010 on there, and it's a 1010. Eeh. And then we got a little Poulan section for all you Poulan folks. And you were telling me that this one was your first love there, the 3400.
Yep, was my first saw.
Was his first saw. And then this one was his dad's. And look at, they've taken really good care of these old birds. Bet you they both fire up in first, second pull.
They'll start.
And then you got to tell us about this Echo.
Yep, that's your first Echo.
First Echo saw.
She's like brand new. You can see the muffler here.
Man, oh man. And there's the Chainsaw Hoarders logo on the mug. You guys selling these?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure you get in touch with Jeff there if you want to get a mug. I didn't notice this booger. I was too busy on the old the R13 or 12 or whatever the heck that is. What's this all about?
TH.
A TH. So is that a partner?
It's a partner.
It is too, eh? So what's with all the fancy screws on it?
Oh, that's your oil pump. Runs off.
Off the clutch or off the flywheel?
Oh. Yep.
Oh man.
Comes through, and that's what drives your oil pump.
Holy smokes. And he's got himself a McCulloch gas tank and this thing that, I don't know, I'm going to try and make this appear before I go. Isn't that the coolest freaking thing you ever did see in your life?
Oh, of course.
You know, probably some guy 3 times the man I am wore that back in the day. Oh, man.
This is just Treat Central. And then, so Mercury had a deal. They were making saws, you were telling me.
Yep.
And then the two fellas butted heads.
Yep.
So that's, what's the name of this one again?
It's a key coffer, Mercury.
Key coffer Mercury, and then the other one was a Diston. Okay.
Yep.
So the story as it goes, you were telling me they worked together for all of 6 months.
Yeah, it was in around 6 months or so.
Made a few power saws.
Yep.
And then they started chewing on each other.
Yeah, they didn't get along.
They didn't get along. Kind of like Henry Ford II and Harry Ferguson. With the whole 3-point hitch ordeal, right? So, and then this one was one like that, right? Like same brand.
That's a distance too.
A Diston, okay.
Yeah.
So Mercury outboards, folks. That's your Mercury outboard saw. And
same coils for the outboards. You can run in them too.
So it's a marine coil.
Yeah, they're the casings are a little bit different. Like if this one here, I have a marine one in.
Okay.
And the casing is kind of a more waterproof, rubbery type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a little more weatherproof, which is probably just as well for a saw. Especially being back in the old time loggers, they didn't give a crap what kind of weather they were dealing with. And what's that, a 3-25?
That's a 47.
A 47, okay. And that's a 3-25 over there. Okay. If there's anything you're looking for, you probably got it. And Rick, if you're watching this one, this is for you, buddy. Actually, if Jeff will let me show you, he's got one of these Alice Chalmers tractors outside too. Isn't that cool? So this was a Home Elite or?
No, that's a Poulon.
Poulon, okay.
Yeah.
And then what was it? This one's an Echo.
Yeah.
And that one was
Orline.
Okay.
Orline, yeah.
And the Ferguson was
Orline too.
an Orline as well. Okay. And isn't that neat? You know, I've heard of these. I've never actually seen one. You know what else I've never seen? One of those. Look at that. He's got a few of these freaking things kicking around in here. Oh my gosh, it almost brings a tear to my eye to see so many in one place, let alone see one in the first place. And then you got all your collective cans and all that. Is there anyone that particularly stands out to you?
Oh, McCullough ones.
Just the McCulloch ones? And he's a McCulloch fella. I don't know if you can tell. He's got one or two kicking around. Now that's basically your first top handle saw, is it not?
Yep, that's the Power Max 6. That was the lightest chainsaw
Of the era.
one time. Yep.
What were they like a 40 or 35 cc?
In the 30s, I think, in around 32, 36 or something like that.
Yeah, and shortly replaced by these fellas
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And then if you guys ever wonder what I started out on, that's what it was. An old McCulloch Eager Beaver. This is the exact saw that I started on. Now, I wish I could show you mine, but I don't know what the heck happened to her. Oh, an Indian Motorcycles biggest saw. Who knew? I didn't. And you were saying that this one was only available overseas.
Yeah.
And that's the McCulloch 595?
595.
And that was only available in Europe, right?
It was a European saw, yes. Should say right. Belgium.
Belgium. Okay, and that's a cart motor essentially.
Yes.
Jeez Louise. And that's basically a cart motor too.
What's that?
You were saying that's basically a cart motor too?
Same saw as an SP125, just no any vibes.
Okay. Not a whole lot different there.
No.
And then the biggest Pioneer ever made.
That's the biggest. Yeah, partner.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Good Lord.
The real ones?
Yeah, like the Johnsard.
920.
So that's the Johnsard.
This is 70E.
Okay.
Yep. And this one here is. It's hard to remember them all. A 535. Yes, 535.
But that one's Electrolux, right? Or is that a Johnsard?
That one there is right, probably in the Electrolux here. I'm not quite sure on that one, but these ones here are definitely your Johnson Red.
You look at the ones that are Electrolux, and compared to the Husky,
Same thing.
It's so close. And like you even get like the pool ends and all that. They're so close. It's impressive, really, how they were just able to change the dye and color and all that without very little cost. What's this thing? I didn't notice that on the first go through.
That's a 150 Homelite.
Okay. Okay, now I can see the. Okay, I've never seen a home light shaped like that. What era is that from?
I'm not very good on the Homelites.
No way. I'm gonna have to ask Jeff.
Jeff Gladman.
Yeah, see if he's got anything on there. If you're watching, Jeff, let us know. Okay, so for today's cast of kindness, we're gonna keep it in the personal circle, and we're gonna shout out to Phil and Yvonne up at the farm. You guys are very warm-hearted, kind people. And for those of you who don't know Phil and Yvonne, these folks get stray animals sometimes dropped on their doors, and they're the kind of people that bring them into the house and look after these animals, look after them as their own. Anytime I'm having to do work with their animals, it's usually because of where my talents lie. It's not a good situation for me to have to, either way, they're always so compassionate and caring for these animals and for the people around them. So for that, Phil, Yvonne, you're darn good folks, and you darn well know it. Cast of kindness to you. And you see that hiding in the corner. We all know what that is. That's White Lightning's cousin. Well, one of them anyways. They made quite a few of these. That is one beautiful Pioneer Holiday 1100. Really good paint job on it. It's not too scuffed up. I can almost guarantee it runs like a charm. And he's got quite a few P series, and he's got some more of the older birds down here, a nice 3200. And then he's got his P41, P42. The food chain gets larger and larger and larger. P60. And then, yeah, he's got still saws. He's got some more Pioneers down here, The old original birds from the conversion days from IEL to Pioneer. You like your 620s and 650s and stuff like that. Well, that's a really big still there. And then, yeah, the Huskies and just all this stuff that I'm having a hard time talking because of all this saliva that's in my mouth. But hang on a second. I'll get back to you when I can think of something that's coherent to say. I'm standing here with the man, the legend. This is the guy who makes it all happen here. He's the Canadian vintage chainsaw hoarder. Him and his family are the wonderful people that facilitate all this and keep these shots looking nice. So, from the whole saw community to you guys, the whole family, and you especially, Jeff, thank you kindly. And, thanks for keeping these pretty things pretty.
Gotta have the members to do it.
Well, you know what? And that's the other thing, too. Thanks to the saw community for supporting these guys. And if you're not already, get on there on Facebook on Canadian Vintage Chainsaw Hoarders. Get yourself signed up for them awesome stickers and the keychain, too, that gets you in the draw. Anyways, I hope that works out for you. I wish I could show you this properly, but I'm just cross-wired and I can't even think properly right now. So we'll just leave you with take her easy, be safe. So, the Wards gave me something. And shout out to you guys. Again, the Wards, you freaking animals. You guys are awesome.